So Stephen Miller came out to roll out an immigration push, I guess. I mean, again, there's no way that he was pushing the Tom Cotton promoted, and this had already been introduced in the Senate, like I say, and I'm trying to think of what it was Cotton and Perdue, and I can't remember the name of the bill at this point. Whites only, I think it was, and it basically cuts family-based legal immigration by, not totally, but by, I think, 85%. And which will ultimately lead to a 50% across the board cut in legal immigration. It's going to favor worker skills and relationships over family relationships. The other day, we had Ronald Reagan called in and told us, all that's involved in getting into this country in terms of what you must have in terms of jobs and a sponsor and whatnot. They know this will disproportionately impact people coming from Asian countries, Latin American countries, Central American countries, Africans, refugees. And this is, people sense what this is about, and they know that. And there's a reason why they came out and trotted this out now. It's because their poll numbers are in the toilet. But here he is in an exchange with Jim Acosta, who I don't think was necessarily particularly ready for this line of questioning, because he's basically saying, this is contrary to American history or ideals. And the fact is that it's not necessarily contrary to American history, in the same way that you could offer an incredibly racist proposal and say, well, this is not, America doesn't do racist things. But the point is, it's certainly contrary to the ideals and the story that we've told ourselves up to this point. It may be a fiction, but so here's that exchange.
But this whole notion of, they could learn, they have to learn English before they get to the United States. Are we just going to bring in people from Great Britain and Australia?
Jim, actually, I have to honestly say, I am shocked at your statement that you think that only people from Great Britain and Australia would know English. It reveals your cosmopolitan bias to a shocking degree that in your mind, this is an amazing moment that you think only people from Great Britain or Australia would speak English is so insulting to millions of hardworking immigrants who do speak English from all over the world. Jim, have you honestly never met an immigrant from another country who speaks English outside of Great Britain and Australia? Is that your personal experience?
Of course there are people who come
But that's not what you said, and it shows your cosmopolitan bias.
Yes.
What a little worm. And it was so college debate how he seized on that. I was like, I'm going to do a counterintuitive scene.
College debate and fascisty, right?
Totally
they
fascist.
understand the value of those sorts of scenarios where they can represent the victim and use it for their purposes, and they grasp
Yeah,
onto
but
it.
also do the broader, see, I'm the one who's supposed to be racist, but I'm actually going to make the point that plenty of people of color speak English, which also is going to be a complete diversion of what the actual point of what we're pushing is. He's just...
Well, it's also interesting because cosmopolitan was a term that Stalin used to help purge some of the bourgeois Western influences, many, of course, who were Jews at the time.
Not a communist.
In Hungary, the president of its parliament repeatedly denounced political opponents as people without a country, cosmopolitan in and of themselves. The wandering Jew, if you will. The funny part, of course, is that Miller came from a very nice congregation in Santa Monica, and boy, his parents are really upset. I don't think his parents are actually upset.
No, I think he actually
He's very
polluted
proud.
his parents. Yeah, they're proud of their little disgusting.
But the point of
aspiring
this
school
is,
shooter son.
and you can go online and find a huge amount of happiness with Stephen Miller's comments on places like Stormfront or other white supremacy.
Yeah, way to stereotype, Jim Acosta. Plenty of subbreeds speak English, you cosmopolitan elitist.
But
way
again,
to go, Kike.
This is very much about the about Miller trying to impress his boss, and about his boss's administration trying to impress their white nationalist base. And there's really two things you can do to impress them. One, take on people who are not white like you. And two, take on people in the press. That's it. Those are the two big wins for you. And they're not looking to do anything legislatively, of course. This is not going to happen. So this is sort of naked white supremacy weaponized. And I mean, it's a weapon to begin with, but they're weaponizing it. It really is. I want to say shockingly, but it's not shocking. It's stunningly impressive use of racism, just for a couple of favorability points. That's really what it's about. Now, maybe also to provide some cover again, to try and get rid of Sessions for whatever reason, to basically say, hey, look, we don't need Sessions to be racist. You can trust us.
You killed Christ and I let you in my office. Now you stab me just like a Shylock.
There you go.
You look like a profile of a little psycho that shoots up a middle school, and I hide you.
Hi, folks. Sam Seder here. We still need your help on our Patreon page. YouTube ads have come back, but not nearly as much as we had before. So if you can help us out, any little bit helps. Head over to our Patreon page right at this URL, and you'll help us keep helping you by making videos